Each afternoon, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and the technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Welcome to today's best trade setups. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. I want to give a shout out to everybody who liked, followed, and commented on my videos yesterday. I tried to respond to as many as I could, but there were a ton of responses yesterday. Thank you so much. You guys are really awesome. And if you could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you're already done that, go ahead and hit that bell so that way you can get notified every day these videos drop for you. I have a lot to talk about. The IGV is getting beaten down quite substantially. It looks like it's going to break a trend line that I have in the chart. And then what's likely to happen is we're going to get a little bit more of a continued move to the downside. So here's that chart of IGV. This is the support level on IGV that I was mentioning right here at $76.96. Look at how many times the price action hit this level and finally broke. You could even consider this kind of a pseudo head and shoulders pattern. This right shoulder is quite substantially smaller than the left shoulder. So I don't really give this as much weight, but what I'm looking for is price action that break below, confirm below it, and then we could see another move to the downside. However, with these stocks continuing to be beaten down as much as they are, I do anticipate a close below, and then all of a sudden, all of these software stocks are going to rip to the upside. Let's go ahead and jump into STX. I'll go into some of the other software stocks here in a little bit. STX is trading sideways right off of this doji candle. Was not a topping tail on STX. But what I'm looking at is this upswing trend line that I showed you in the charts yesterday at $524.17. Really depends on when it gets up there. If it can get up there today, this is where I'd like to short this for a day trade. If it does close above that on a 15-minute closing basis, I would actually look to exit that and enter at $550.44. Right now, STX isn't doing anything, just chopping sideways. Could be putting in, this is an immature bull flag, but it could be creating a bull flag for a continued move to the upside. All right, NVIDIA is getting a nice surge to the upside. This previous gap in the charts is something that I'm monitoring. $189.82 is that first shortable level for a day trade. If it is above that by the time you get this video, I would actually look to not enter that there, but I would look for this gap in the charts. Oh, let's go ahead and adjust that a little bit at 195.56, 195.56. However, you're going to have a lot of resistance at the upper end of this red bar candle. So anywhere in here on the NVIDIA chart is a great shortable level. 142 or 194.27 is where you could start, knowing you could add to the position just about $1 higher at 195.56. And these are day trade levels. I don't see us rolling over. I still like this 194.89 for a potential long level if we jumped or dropped that far, but I don't see that happening. All right, AMD is ripping to the upside. It had some resistance at $242.11, and then it just continued to march to the upside. So for me, I'm eyeing this for a day trade right here. If we can get to the upper end of this red bar candle at $251.55, knowing I've got this previous gap in the charts just a little bit higher at $253.84. So these are my long levels my short levels on AMD. Anywhere inside of this red bar candle, you should get a pretty substantial pullback. It hasn't given that yet, but by the time this video goes out, $251.55 is where I'd be looking to short this. And again, my ad level would be $253.84. I would stop out on a 15-minute closing basis if it does close above that, because then we could rip higher on this chart. Net Cloudflare is getting beaten up. The level that I'm watching today is $163.05. This was a previous gap in the charts. As you can see, price action did close below it, but once price action got above it, it was support, and then all of a sudden, NET decided to make this huge move to the upside. It was a 40% move, and so from that level, we're down over 20. This would be almost a 30% retrace into additional support or previous support. And so I do like 163.05 with additional levels a little bit lower at $158.83. This was the previous low. from the lows in February 2026, again, before this massive push to the upside. So I am liking NET if we can get a little bit further of a drop to the downside. Let's go ahead and jump into Bitcoin. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. However, this chart on Bitcoin, this is the resistance level I had mentioned in previous videos, not on today's best trade setups, but other videos on verified investing. Look at how price action consolidated right inside of this red bar candle. So, and then at the upper end, price action hit this level, got a nice rejection, hit this level again, closed above it, never confirmed, and then had a nice pullback. And now we're back into that level again. So this is first hit, second hit, third hit, fourth hit, pierce, fifth hit. This this resistance level is starting to become a little bit more weak. So what I'm looking at now is price action to get above this downsloping trend line. So let's go ahead and zoom out in the charts. You're connecting the all-time high right here at $126,000. Secondary pivot right here. If you connect those trend lines or those pivot tops, this gives you where the rejection level on Bitcoin is going to be. And that's just a little bit higher. So if you're looking to short Bitcoin, around $73,544 is going to be a rejection level. And then what I'm looking at is price to get above that trend line, recapture the $73,000 level, confirm above, and then play this in a long play for a retrace of the scene of crime, sitting at $73,005 on the chart of Bitcoin. Right now, I'm not long or bullish necessarily on Bitcoin until we can break this resistance level, both of these resistance level. I do have an upside target on Bitcoin right here in the charts at $80,566. So that once we can get a breakout or a retrace as seen the crime, then I'm likely to be a lot more bullish, and that is where my upside target is. If we can consolidate similar to what the price action did right here on the $73,000 level, then you're going to make another push up and likely head all the way back up to about $90,000 on the chart of Bitcoin. And this is just us playing trend lines. This is just playing the psychology of the markets where people had previous sell orders. And once those sell orders get eliminated, the buyers then push it up, bring it back in. And those sellers are now a little bit more bullish, thinking, okay, I don't want to miss this out. I was able to exit my trade, and now I can re-enter at the same price. And that's what's going to catapult the chart of Bitcoin to the upside, or the price action of Bitcoin to the upside. All right. NOW is another stock that is getting beaten down today. Look at this move to the downside. After you failed to support at $100, my next level was $98.86. And I'm going to zoom out in the charts. Look at all of this previous price action. Not only was it support and or resistance, but look at this low pivot. This is a major pivot in the area. Now, it did break below that. And so we got to identify additional support. So you had a lot of price action right here on the chart of NOW. Additional support, as you can see, price every time it hit this level, after it did it a couple times, got these nice bounces. And then all of a sudden you got rejected. And then look at what happened. Every time it hit this on the underside, it got a nice rejection. So now we're back above it after this major pivot in the charts. And look at the run up from $81.50. This was a substantial move to the upside. I got to zoom way out so I can show you what I'm talking about. $81.50 for a day trade and potentially swing trade start. This was up almost 200%. So when price action does come back in, that's a 65% haircut. People are going to be scooping this up again at $81.50. Now, this does not guarantee that there's going to be a bounce. So we have to look for additional levels. For a day trade, I think you're going to get about a 2 to 3% bounce. On a swing trade level, doesn't guarantee a bounce. So what I'm looking for is to pick up additional shares at $74.56, knowing I've got additional support at this double bottom, major pivot in the charts at $67.35. I know this is a pretty substantial move to the downside. Look at this. This is about an 18% move from this $81.50 level, which is why I wouldn't mind dollar cost averaging, bringing it as appears to $75, add to my position, $67.35, add to my position again. Once this thing finally starts ripping to the upside, you're going to get a 15 to 20% move. As you can see, that happens pretty regularly on this stock once you can catch some pretty solid support. Okay. Intel is having a nice push to the upside. I did mention yesterday, 62.57 was a shortable level. Now we're above that level now. So what I'm looking at is $65.11. So I'm looking at the psychological whole round number of $65. If we can get above that, this is my shortable level for a day trade today. Now that we're already above the 62.57, this resistance level in the chart and a gap fill, now we could push a little bit higher. Excuse me. Now the max upside for me, if I did enter the trade, is $68.54. So we could go up a little bit higher after the $65 pierce at this major resistance level right here at $65.11. See this pivot top? That's where the resistance is going to be. And again, doesn't mean it's going to stop there, but that's my day trade level. And I would dollar cost average all the way up to $68.54. Palo Alto Networks had this huge surge to the upside, broke this down sloping trend line, confirmed above it, and then all of a sudden we got this huge rejection. It did catch a little bit of support at this double bottom, about $151.59. If we break that level, we're coming into this gap in the charts. And so this is what I'm looking to pick up PANW today at $147.02. When you get these stocks that are this beaten up, that had these major runs to the upside, there are people clamoring to get back into them. So again, 147.02 is my level, with additional support sitting at $139.57. This is starting to be a swing trade level, 139.57. This would be a day trade level at 147.02. If price action does break below 139.57, zoom out in the charts. As you can see, there was this kiss of this pivot top here, but look at all this price consolidation and then this major pivot in the charts. I love to see whole round numbers as well as further confirmation with price action and low pivots. Gives me further confidence that a move can make a substantial gain to the upside. So even if it does break a little bit lower, it's a 7% move to the downside, just dollar cost average into the trade of PANW. CRWD is having a nice bid to the downside. For now, right, the $369.39 level was a gap in the charts. You're having a little bit of a bounce now. So what I'd be looking for is a long play today for a day trade, $361.19. More of a swing trade, I'm looking at $347.72, knowing I've got additional support at a pierce of $300. Zoom out in the charts, major pivot. So this gives me further confidence that even if this fails to hold, I can dollar cost average in. If you're a little bit more conservative, what you would do is look for a break of this and a confirmation, and then you could look to stop out and then re-enter this at all of this price consolidation as well as this low pivot area at a pierce of $300. AKAM, let me go ahead and remove this, is into a lot of support right now, $95.61. What I do want to show you, though, is all these other ones were beaten up from the highs. This one isn't down quite as much. It's 20% from the previous high. So this level at $95.61 is your first aggressive level. We're currently trading below that now, but for me, I would be eyeing for a day trade, $93.75. If it does close below that, you have this gap in the chart sitting at $91.44 for additional support. Another gap in the charts at $89.60. These are only day trade levels for me on AKAM. Oracle, I had mentioned yesterday that this gap in the charts, let me go ahead and remove this. This gap in the charts was going to be a good day trade level. And if you took this, congratulations, you made a pretty substantial profit on that. I think it jumped over $2 from that level. I did take it in the live day trading room. I took a small profit, and then all of a sudden it pierced this double bottom area. And I said, this was my swing trade long level. Actually, this gap in the charts was my swing trade long level, knowing I've got additional support. And look what happened today. You pierce that level, and we could be putting in a bottoming tail. A bottoming tail would give you further confidence, or me further confidence, that a reversal for Oracle is in, and then we can see another push up to about $135 on the chart of ORCL. That's going to be the resistance levels. I will have some resistance levels for you for day trades on ORCL. However, that's a great move to the upside. If it does close below $135.25 on a daily closing basis, I would actually look to stop out of a swing trade for that trade. All right, LITE, I went over yesterday. This was a huge move to the downside. If you got in at any point yesterday, you could have taken a pretty substantial move or a profit. Now, if we get up to $952.51, that is where I'm looking to short LITE on a day trade basis. Whole round number, and this is almost an 886 fib retracement on this this nice tail that formed on LITE spinning top. Doesn't guarantee that we're going to get a pullback. I still think it's coming back into $815.75. Doesn't mean it can't head all the way up to $1,000. That would be my max upside today is $1,000. And from the price action right now, that's only about a 7% move to the upside. This is where it gets really juicy. This is where I'm starting to load up heavier and heavier on this position on LITE and then wait for a pretty substantial pullback. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this is a little bit of a longer video. I'm not restrained to the 10-minute time anymore. And so if I can give you guys levels that you guys can act on going into the trading in the afternoon session, that's what I'm going to do. And again, thank you so much for liking, following, subscribing, sharing with those friends, and continue with those comments. I can't guarantee that I'm always going to get to them. However, I'm going to do my best to get to as many as I can. And with that said, you guys have a great rest of your day. Oh, actually, before I hop off there, I've got a couple different things. Here's, go ahead and like, follow, and subscribe. And then here is the Apex live day trading room. If we have closed out over $20,000 in the live day trading room. So if you guys have the time, scan that QR code. It'll take you to the LDTR, and you guys can get our exact entry prices and our exact exit prices. So that way you can get ahead of the markets and start making money alongside of us as we guide you through the trades. So go ahead and scan that QR code. And then last but not least, Verified Investing Extras. We have a new YouTube channel that we like to put out additional content for you. So that way, if you guys scan that code, you can get that extra information as well. So wow, a lot of stuff to talk about. And again, thank you guys. You guys are really awesome, and we'll see you guys next time in the charts. Take care.